Okay, is the microphone on? Can y'all hear me at all? Uh, can y'all hear me on here? Okay. All right, good deal. Sorry about that. I don't know if it was the headphones or what, but it's good to be hanging out with you guys. I was just saying that we've got the new record coming out at the end of this week, which is called Norther. This song, Adeline, is the first music video, like big music video that we have produced in about, I would say, 3 years. And even the last one that we did was for Oklahoma City, and it was a super low budget thing. This is our first one ever to really, try to invest and try to spend a little more money on it. And so I'm stoked for y'all to hear it. I'm really stoked for you to hear just the new record in general. Is anybody on here? Has anybody received theirs yet from the pre-orders on here? You got yours today. I'm seeing Kathy got one. Let's see. Okay, Anna, you've gotten it. Awesome. Good deal. So a lot of people, anybody that's like pre-ordered this thing is more than likely already received it. And anyways, yeah, so I hope that y'all are loving it so far. And I honestly, I feel like every single one of these songs has just a completely unique vibe. Out of all of them, they all sound completely different from one another. But I feel like they stay true to our vibe and our overall sound. I don't feel like we're like departing too much from anything in the past. But it's a strong sounding record produced by Bo Bedford. Shout out to Bo if he's watching this. And Modern Electric up in Dallas, that's where we recorded it. But anyways, yeah, I'm just pumped for everybody to get that album and get to listen to it at the end of this week. But anyways, back to Adeline. So I guess if anybody has any direct questions about Adeline and the music video and the process, feel free to chime in here, and I'd love to talk through it with you. And by the way, at the end of this, once we're done doing this Q&A, it's just going to automatically be uploaded, and you'll just be able to watch it from there. And be sure to share it with your friends, and hopefully everybody loves it. So yeah, let's see here what questions we got. I'm seeing. Okay, so what is the meaning of the title? So Adeline is a fictional character, but it's essentially about coping with a loss from somebody that you kind of like you don't realize what you had until it's gone, and it was intended originally to be like a very kind of singer-songwriter-y, like easy listening. Um, I guess like a full band reference would be like more of a laid back Eagles song or something like that was the original intention when I was first writing it. And anyways, one thing led to another. And my wife and I were hanging out one night, and it ended up, uh, it went from being this really light, easy listening song to, what if this was just a huge rock jam that just crashes in and the whole band comes in right at one downbeat. And anyways, we ended up demoing it that way, and it kind of stuck. And now it's just a banger of a song. But that's it's pretty much about love that is something like love lost, I guess, and reminiscing on that. And but Adeline as a character was not like an individual person in this case. It was a fictional character that we had created. But anyways, yeah. So that's to answer your question. Okay, so let's see here. We've got when are we coming back to Indianapolis? I don't know. Hopefully soon. All right, let's see. Do I have a discount code on the pre-order? I don't think I do. Maybe management will throw something out there. Okay, the song is responsible for your blown speakers. Justin, I apologize for the blown speakers, but I'm right there with you. It's also responsible for my lack of hearing. Your boy listens to music a little too loud as well. So, all right, let's see here. What is your inspiration for a couple other songs like Book of Joe? Kyle Owens, I see your question up here. Book of Joe, a lot of the people that are listening to this, they're not even familiar with that song yet, but Book of Joe is one of the songs that is on this record. Is written about my wife's grandfather, Joe, who grew up during the Great Depression, and he was somebody I was extremely close to, and just had a really hard life. His father was killed at a very, very young age, and he essentially, had to raise his brothers and sisters kind of on his own from the time he was, I want to say, about what would it have been, 12 years old. And uh, anyways, it's just, if you dive into the lyrics, I think you can hear a lot of that. You can hear kind of that era of existence during the Great Depression. His brother Ed and he would go and play these German dances. They were both migrants from Germany and Czechoslovakia is where their parents were from, and they would go out into the country and play these German, essentially like barn dances, and so it references that in the song, like in the second verse, and that's like a little bit of a backstory for Book of Joe. I saw that question in here. Let's see, we had another one. Let's see here. Please do a recording of your concert intro with the Last of the Mohicans intro. We have one on Live from the Desert. Who asked that? Let's see here. GW. You don't have your name listed, but GW commented that we need to do a Last of the Mohicans. The intro we do at all of our shows. He said we need to do a recording of that, or he or she. I don't know who's on here, but we do have a recording of that. If you go online to your streaming platforms and check out Live from the Desert, the record that we did during COVID. We went out to way West Texas and recorded essentially like a live stream concert. It was a total train wreck of a production, and that's for a longer live stream some other day that I can go into. But we do have a recording of that. So if you get on there, look up Live from the Desert and the intro to our shows, that the Last of the Mohicans intro is on there, and it is pretty ballin', pretty high energy. All right, let's see another question we got here. Jonathan, across the county, I still owe you $8.70 from 2017. Jazz, I apologize, my man. I got to work on that. I was literally about to text you earlier. All right, let's see here. Okay. Can you sign my hat? Matt, absolutely. I'm happy to. The next time I see you, I can make that happen for you, brother. Tori, who are the really good-looking actors in the music video? I am hoping this is Tori from our music video, but we had Tori Blake on there. We had Eric. And by the way, another shout out to David Wells, who has done countless video productions for us throughout the years. David put in so much effort on this, and I have to just give him a massive shout out on this. David Wells out of Austin, Texas, but also Eric Kane is our assistant tour manager and our media manager on the road, is the handsome actor, and Miss Tori Blake is on here as well as the actress. They did such a fantastic job. And anyways, we have never had a true set of actors in a music video ever before this one, and it's just incredible the job that they did. And it was so last minute and so sporadic as well, where we were just like, Hey, y'all feel like doing this? You want to jump in on here? And it ended up working out somehow because of their talents. But anyways, shout out to them. Shout out to everybody that was a part of this, because it was just it was really incredible getting to see it all come together. And again, David, if you're listening to this, thank you so much for all your efforts, man, because it was I know how many hours you spent on this thing. Let's see here. Who all got to see this on CMT? I know it was on CMT like all day today. Apparently they played it like 9 times or something like that. And but I did not get to see it on there myself. So I hope that y'all got to catch it. All right, let's see. What do we have here? Where did the name of the album come from? Okay, so for those of you who do not know or who are jumping in here late, we've got a brand new record coming out this Friday that is called Norther. A Norther is, like a blue norther, like a massive storm front, a massive cold front coming in from the north. We see them in Texas all the time. You see them in Oklahoma all the time, where you get some pretty gnarly weather. Anyways, I've always, if for those of you who have been fans of ours for a long time, I'm always writing about the weather in our songs. It's one of those things. It's a universal force that everybody has to deal with. Everybody, reaps its benefits at times, and everybody also has to deal with its repercussions. And I feel like we've been doing this as a band for such a long time. But right now is kind of our first opportunity in a weird way to have our music heard by a lot of people. Thanks to a lot of hard work from our team, from our band, a lot of years of touring, but also thanks to Taylor Sheridan and Yellowstone and the opportunities that we've been given over the last few years that we're so thankful for, all the way to even bands like Whiskey Myers that have taken us on tour. It's truly been just a game changer for us. And I think the symbolism behind the album's name is just, it's kind of like there's just a massive moment a massive like moment of all of this culminated just energy coming up to a head right now, and attention that we've gotten as a result of these things. And it's a very pivoting point in our career, I feel like. And I feel like the sounds from this record are kind of a massive force for us that we're presenting, and it's a big sounding record. It is not a weak sounding album. It is something that I think all of us are so proud of, and would be proud to put it in front of anybody and let them hear it. And so, from my perspective, that's where the name of the title of the album comes from. Is just, it's just such a massive force of energy and such a powerful thing. And we're at a powerful point, have a very powerful opportunity right now. And it's just really symbolic to me. So let's see what other questions we got here. I can't read this name on here, but they were saying they discovered us at LJT on the acoustic stage and have been hooked. That's awesome. Love to see that. Let's see here. Cody Sparks, I'm seeing you, my man. What's my favorite ice cream? Oh, dude, I don't even know. I would say, is anybody familiar with Brahms? I would say like mint chocolate chip Brahms is pretty hard to beat, but you also got to know what's up with Brahms. Like, a lot of people aren't familiar with Brahms, and that's okay, but just go Google it. It's 100% worth it. Bluebell, yeah, no, I get that, Alex. That's a very strong company as well. But let's be honest here. We can't be talking about ice cream this whole time. I'm having fun with this, by the way, guys. I appreciate you chiming in here and hopping on with me, so I'm not just lonely up here talking to one person. That would be great. Let's see here. What's your song with the most meaning? Hopefully we can see you guys soon. So Camilla. Let's see. Song with the most meaning. I would say, off of the new record, All the Way. All the Way is one of these songs that I think is going to be, it's going to live for a very long time. I think it's a very timeless record. It means so much to so many people already from messages we've gotten, and that's just a really powerful thing to hear that feedback. I don't know if y'all saw the All the Way music video, but we essentially got all of our fans together, asked them to contribute if they wanted to, any kind of home videos of loved ones and their families, and man, y'all showed up. It was so incredible to see all of the home videos that y'all sent in for that. But All the Way is a love song about being committed to someone else for the long term, for a lifetime, and it just I think it's one of those that's going to be timeless. It's going to be kind of a staple out of our catalog of music. It's not a banger. It's not high energy, but at the same time, it's just like it cuts deep for a lot of people. It cuts deep for me. So let's see what's another question we got here. Okay, the hardest part, Zach Talbert. That's a tough question, my man. At the time when the hardest part was written, it was just I, along with the rest of the guys, we were going through some really hard times, and that was a song that was being demoed in probably 2016 or 2017, and it was just it was a very emotional song that was about some pretty personal stuff that I wasn't ready to put out there to the world, if I'm being honest with you. And that's not to say that we won't roll that one back. It's just one of those that once I realized it was going out there and that I was going to be singing it every night, it kind of hit a whole other meaning for me just because of how personal it was. And I mean, it's a really sad song, and we were going through some sad times at that point. And so, we left it. That's honestly why we left up the one recording of it on YouTube. You can hear the hardest part on there, but we took it off of just all the major platforms because I just wasn't ready to have it out there. But hopefully, one of these days we'll bring it back. So I'll leave it at that for now. But hopefully we run that one back eventually. Let's see here, Jennifer. Field of Heather, ... I'm assuming you've asked about Field of Heather several times now. I apologize if I haven't seen it on here. Okay, so Field of Heather, it was originally, a lot of people also don't know that is a song on the record, but Field of Heather is another new one. For the people that pre-ordered the album, they're already getting this music in, and they're getting to hear these songs, and so the song title Field of Heather hasn't even been thrown out there to the public yet, but that is a track that is on the record, and it does have a deep meaning. I've got my mother's uncle, Bill, was in World War II and fought in the 101st Airborne, I believe it was, and ended up fighting in the Battle of the Bulge, and he, along with just a handful of other guys were the only men that survived an ambush in their platoon, and essentially they, I guess Germans were walking over all the bodies, and we're kind of oh, hold on, my dog's going crazy. We got someone at the door here. Gretchen, hey, relax. You want to say hi on here? Gretchen, come here. Hush. You okay? You okay? Anyways, but yeah, so I was talking about Field of Heather, was essentially my mother's uncle, Bill, was fighting in World War II, and just probably shouldn't have made it. And as a result of, he this is pretty deep stuff, and I'm trying to figure out a way to word this without going too far into it, but essentially he had like begged God to live and to make it, and he essentially had to lay there wounded and play dead, and was walked over while they were taking care of the remaining bodies, and somehow did not get offed there, and he ended up fleeing up to a barn after the soldiers had left. And this is crazy, but he was hidden by these farmers, this family out in the countryside, and ended up surviving and became a pastor and all this stuff. But I'm going to do a whole other thing for that because it's a really powerful song. But it's almost like it's too much to go into right now. You caught me off guard by asking that because I honestly wasn't prepared to go fully into it. But it's a crazy, crazy story, and we will certainly do a deep dive into that one down the road. Let's see, who else do we have here? Will, I'm stoked to see your album got there today. That's amazing. Kenneth in Costa Rica, thank you for tuning in. Y'all comment on here where you're at right now. Anybody from outside of the United States on here at the moment, other than our friend, I believe it was Kenneth, that was Costa Rica. We got Indiana, Oregon, Georgia. Keep it coming. Scurry, Texas. Let's go, Kyle. Come on, baby. What up, dude? Arlington, Denver, Minnesota, Mississippi, Pennsylvania, Nebraska, California, Nashville, Buffalo, Florida. This is awesome. Thank y'all so much. How cool is this? Are y'all liking the song so far? Are you enjoying the song, Adeline, so far? Awesome. Good deal. All right, cool, man. Well, again, I cannot say thank you enough to the band on this song, to David Wells, everybody that played a part in this, because it ended up being like a massive team that pulled this together, and I'm just extremely, extremely thankful that it turned out the way that it did. And thank you to CMT as well. That's the first time we've ever had a music video on TV, guys. Literally today, first time ever. We've been doing this for like, what is it? Almost like 15 years or something. Bennett and I met in like 2009. So we're coming on, yeah, like 15 years. And it's crazy to me, but that was the first time ever we've had a music video on TV, was today on CMT. So thank you to CMT for being willing to have it out there. Let's see here. Who else we got? David Whittier, what's up, my man? Good to see you on here. Glenn, CMT been missing out. I know it, but they're on board now, so we are good to go. And by the way, once this ends, we got about 4 minutes of this, but once this ends, it's just going to go automatically over to the music video, so y'all can watch it. And by the way, please comment on it. And if you're not subscribing to the channel, please do that as well. My God, our YouTube channel is like the weakest of all of our platforms. So anybody that's willing to get on there and subscribe, we're very appreciative of that. And please share the link with any of your friends, and we'd be very appreciative of that as well. Adam Smith from K-Bear Country. Yes, I do know Adam. Tell him I said what up. Red Rock's live album, Jazz. Man, I don't even know if I should say it right now. I mean, I'm just going to say I'm not counting that out. Not counting it out. Ava is asking the same thing. We shall see. David Wells on here. What up, my man? Yeah, we do need a Red Rocks live album. Are any of y'all going to Red Rocks, by the way? May the 7th. We're playing it again. We're running it back. We're headlining it for the second time this year, May the 7th. Our boys, 49 Winchester, are opening the show, as well as literally, I think he's my favorite songwriter of all time, Hayes Carl, is kicking it off. Y'all give some love to 49 Winchester and Hayes Carl, because I literally cannot believe that we've got them on this thing. It's going to be incredible. It's a Tuesday night, but that's the deal. I mean, you get what you get when it comes to Red Rocks, and you do not say no. You just make it happen. All right, let's see here. Who else? Trying to convince my wife to name our daughter Adeline if we can. Alex, man, I appreciate that. That is awesome. I swear to God that we've had I bet I've had like 10 people come up to me at the merch booth. A lot of times after the shows, I normally will always try to go to the merch booth, and I end up having these long conversations with fans, and it's awesome because it makes, it keeps it personal. But I have had like probably 10 people tell me that they have either named their kids Adeline, or they've named their car Adeline, or they're gonna name a kid Adeline, and so I think that's amazing. It's a pretty rad name. And again, we're coming down to the last minute here. I just want to say this is my first time doing this. For those of you who have followed us for a while, you know that I'm not technologically savvy, so it's kind of a miracle that this worked out as well as it did. I know we didn't just talk about Adeline as well, by the way. We just kind of hung out, which is kind of cooler than anything, because, I mean, how long can you talk about one song? But I hope y'all have loved the song Adeline so far. Tori, Eric, David Wells, every one of the band members, every one of our management team. Much love to all of you. I cannot thank you enough. I'm so proud of it, and I hope that you absolutely love it. So y'all go. I think it's going to jump over automatically to the music video, but please like it, subscribe to our page if you don't mind, and help us get a better following on here. And yeah, I hope you love it. Share it with your friends, and much love to all of you. Thank you so much for supporting us. And we're going to set this up again because I had a good time doing this. All right, but y'all stay in here and watch the video. I think it's showing up any second.